Hello students, in this session we are going to start a fresh topic, that is a solution topic for the competitive purpose. That solution topic, it is the second topic of class 12 chemistry. So solutions. So this is very important topic for the competitive purpose. What is a solution? Solution is nothing but it is a homogeneous mixture of two or more components. Homogeneous mixture of two or more components. So what do you mean by homogeneous? Homogeneous is nothing but the composition must be uniform throughout the solution. Homogeneous is nothing but composition must be uniform throughout the solution. So if I want to define a binary solution, which is made up of only two components, if I write the first component is we call it as a solvent, and second component I will call it as solute. For example, if I take a water in the vessel, already you know what is a solution. So this water which is present in the large excess, this is acting as a solvent, and this is your solvent. To this one, if you are adding some sugar, this sugar is nothing but your solute. Solute is added to the solvent here. So here solvent I will call it as component number 1, solute is component number 2. Always in a binary solution, this solvent is the component which is present in the large quantity, and always this solute is present in the small quantity here. So it is a binary solution which is made up of only two components, solvent and solute. Usually solvent is here water, and the solute is what? Whatever the solid you are dissolving into the liquid, that is what we call it as solute here. Now based on the physical state of this solvent, these solutions again they are classified into three types. I will call it as solutions. Again they are classified into three types. This is gaseous solution, liquid solutions, and solid solutions. These are the solid solutions, and here I will write liquid solution, and these are the gaseous solution. If the solvent is gas, then it is called as gaseous solution. If the solvent is liquid, then it is a liquid solution. If the solvent is solid, then it is called as what? Solid solution. Again you can write three type of solution here in case of gaseous solution. So that is again three different possibilities are there. That is solute based on the physical state of the solute. Gas is present in the gas, or it is liquid may be present in the gas, or solid is present in the gas here. Again same thing here, you can write three different possibilities. That is gas present in liquid, liquid present in the liquid, and solid is present in the liquid here. Next one, again here also you can write three different possibilities. That is gas is present in solid. Next one you can write liquid is present in the solid. Next solid is present in the solid. Again three types you can quote here. This classification, it is based on the physical state of the solvent. That is what? Based on physical state of solvent. There are three types of solution. Again different possibilities we can write with respect to a different physical state of the solute here. Now I will write example for gas present in the gas. The best example is mixture of O2 plus N2 here. Oxygen is present in the nitrogen. Nitrogen is what here? Solvent, like that. Next liquid is present in the gas, that is chloroform. CHCl3 that is present in the N2 liquid in the dinitrogen gas. Solid is present in the gas. For this one, the example is camphor plus N2. Next one, gas is present in the liquid. The best example is dissolved oxygen dissolved in the water. Liquid is present in the liquid, that is nothing but ethyl alcohol, ETOH. Ethyl alcohol is dissolved in the water, both are liquid here. Solid is present in the liquid. Best example is what? Sugar is added to the water, nothing but glucose dissolved in water, that is solid is present in the liquid. Next, gas is present in the solid. Hydrogen gas, that is present in the palladium solid. Liquid is present in the solid. The best example is amalgam. Any metal with the mercury is called as amalgam. So that mercury is liquid here, so that is present in the sodium. This sodium amalgam is the best example for liquid present in the solid. Next, solid present in the solid. The best example for this one is alloys. Alloy is nothing but mixture of two or more solid metals, that is copper is dissolved in gold. We can write copper plus Au. So these are the different examples you can quote for the different type of the solution based on the physical state of the solvent here. Always you keep in mind binary solution, solvent, solute, large quantity, small quantity. This is very, very important. Next we will go for concentration of the solute. So the next point is expressing concentration. What do you mean by concentration here? Expressing concentration of solute in the solvent. For example, if some water is present here, okay, in this one you are adding some amount of sugar is dissolved here. Here are the sugar particles, okay. How much amount of sugar is present in the water, how much amount of solute is present in the solvent, that is called as its concentration. The amount of solute present in the given quantity of the solvent is called as what? Its concentration. There are different methods for expressing concentration. The first one is qualitative method. In qualitative method, this concentration of the solution, it is expressed as simply dilute solution and concentrated solution. So here they will express as dilute solution. Dilute solution means the solution in which the solute is present to the very, very small extent. Such solutions are called as what? Dilute solution. For example, if I take a solvent plus solute, solvent is present in the large quantity, solute is present in the very, very small quantity here. Such solutions are called as what? Dilute solutions. For example, if I take 1 gram of solute is present in 100 gram of solvent. Just 1 gram is present in what? 100 gram. So I will call this solution as dilute solution. Suppose 10 gram of solute is present in 100 gram of the solvent. 10 gram is present in 100 gram of the solvent. Then I will call this solution as concentrated solution with respect to this solution. So this dilute solution and concentrated solution, they are expressed relative to each other. This is concentrated with respect to this one. This is dilute with respect to this one. Whenever small quantity of solute is present, dilute. Large quantity is present as compared to dilute solution, then it is what? Concentrated solution. So in the qualitative method, only the concentration is expressed in terms of dilute solution as well as concentrated solution. So with respect to dilute solution, we will write concentrated solution. In a concentrated solution, what happens here? Solvent plus solute, okay. Suppose here 1 gram is present, that is 100 gram of solvent is present, and here only 1 gram is present. Suppose here if I take 100 gram of solvent and here it is 10 gram of solute is present, then it is called as what? concentrated solution. Now what is the dilution? Dilution is nothing but simply the process of addition of solvent or the water. Suppose to any solution, if you add water, addition of water, then what happens? The amount of solvent increases, solute decreases, then concentration of the solution decreases, which leads to decrease in the concentration. So this is what expressing concentration in the qualitative method, and in the quantitative method we are having different methods to express the concentration of the solute in the solvent. Okay, next one I'll write in the next slide. So the next method is quantitative method to express the concentration of solute in the given solvent. This is a very important method. In this one we are having different methods to express the concentration of the solute in the solvent. That is quantitative method, second one. In this one only, quantitative method. This is a very important method. In this one we are having different terms to express the concentration of the solute in the solvent here. So before going for the different methods, just we will give the notation for the solute and solvent in order to avoid the confusion. First one you keep in mind, this binary solution which is made up of the first component we take it as solvent and the second component we take it as solute. These two combine together to form a binary solution. I will call it as component 1 and this is component 2. Solvent is always taken as component 1, solute is component 2 here. Now mass of the solvent W1, mass of the solute W2. Next, molar mass of the solvent M1, molar mass of the solute M2. Weight by molecular weight is what? Number of moles of solvent N1. Weight by molecular weight is what? Number of moles of solute N2. Okay, these are very important terms you have to remember. With these notations only we will write different formulas here. First one, expressing concentration in the quantitative method, that first one I will write mass percentage. Mass percentage is nothing but it is the amount of solute present in the 100 gram of the solution. It is the amount of solute, it is the amount of solute present in 100 gram of solution, 100 gram of the solution. So its symbol is W by W, mass percentage will write in terms of what? W by W percentage. Its formula is mass of the solute divided by total mass of the solution. Total mass of the solution is what? Mass of solvent plus mass of solute into 100. Example for this one, that is 10% of glucose, 10% of glucose in water by mass. This is nothing but 10% of glucose in water is nothing but 10 gram of glucose is present in 90 gram of water to make 100 gram of the solution. So the total mass of the solution must be 100 gram. So in that one, 10 gram of glucose is present in the 90 gram of the water to make it as 100 gram of the solution here. This is mass percentage. Next one. So the second one is volume percentage. Volume percentage symbol is volume by volume percentage we can write here. So it is the volume of the solute present in 100 ml of the solution. It is volume of solute present in 100 ml of solution. For this one example is, first we will write the formula, that is volume by volume percentage is equal to volume of the solute is V2 divided by total volume of the solution is V1 plus V2, volume of solvent plus volume of solute into 100. For this one, if I write an example, that is 10 percentage volume by volume solution of ethyl alcohol ETOH, it means that 10 ml of ethyl alcohol is present in the 90 ml of water to make 100 ml of solution. That is 10 ml of ethyl alcohol is present in the 90 ml of water. This is 10 ml of ethyl alcohol. These two are combined together to make up as 100 ml of the solution. Next example is 35 percentage volume by volume solution of ethylene glycol. Ethylene glycol. So this example is very important, because here 35 ml of ethylene glycol is present in the 65 ml of water to make it as 100 ml of solution. This is 35 ml of ethylene glycol plus 65 ml of water combined together to form what? 100 ml of the solution. And this 35 percentage volume by volume solution of ethylene glycol, this is used as an antifreeze. It is used as an antifreeze in cars for cooling engine. Okay, so this 35% of volume by volume solution of ethylene glycol, it is used as what? Antifreeze in a cars for cooling the engine. So the next point is mass by volume percentage. Most of the time it is used in the pharma industry, that is mass by volume percentage. So this is indicated by W by V percentage, that is mass by volume percentage. It is used in what? Pharmaceutical industry most of the time. So this is nothing but it is the mass of the solute present in the 100 ml of the solution. Always you keep in mind the mass of the solution that is present in the 100 ml of solution. It is the mass of solute present in 100 ml of solution. For this one, formula is, that is mass by volume percentage is equal to, that is mass of the solute is W2 will take divided by volume of solution. Volume of the solution, that is in ml into 100. So for this one, if I write an example, that is a 20 percentage mass by volume solution of NaOH, it means that 20 gram of NaOH is present in the 100 ml of solution. That's it. It means 20 gram of NaOH is present in 100 ml of solution. Okay, next one is very important, that is we call it as ppm, parts per million. Parts per million, that is ppm. Always you keep in mind this term ppm, it is used only when very small quantity of solute is present in the solvent or in the solution. So here the ppm is nothing but it is the mass of the solute in grams, present in the 10 raised to 6 grams of 10 power 6 grams of the solvent. It is mass of solute in grams present in 10 power 6 grams of solvent. So for this one you can write example, that the formula will write first one. So the parts per million will be is equal to, that is W2 divided by W1 plus W2 into 10 power 6, or else in terms of volume also you can write this ppm is equal to V2 divided by V1 plus V2 into 10 power 6 it is. Example 5.8 gram of oxygen is present in 10 power 6 gram of sea water. 5.8 gram of oxygen is dissolved in the 10 power 6 gram of the sea water. That is, dissolved oxygen present in the sea water is, that is 5.8 gram is present in what? 10 power 6 gram of the sea water. See here, 5.8 gram present in 10 power 6 gram. Then the ppm will be directly, we can write it as, that is 5.8 ppm. Simple trick is, how much gram is present in 10 power 6 gram? That is 5.8 gram is present in 10 power 6 gram. ppm is 5.8 ppm. For example, another one if I write, that is any 10 gram of solute is present in 10 power 6 gram of the solvent. 10 gram is present in 10 power 6 gram, then ppm will be is equal to 10 ppm. Directly you can write it will be 10 ppm. This is what? Parts per million. Okay. Next one. Next important concentration term is mole fraction. Mole fraction. So already know that in a binary solution, that is component 1 is a solvent. Solvent is component 1, solute is component 2. For this one, mass of the solvent is W1, molar mass of the solvent is M1, mass of the solute is W2, molar mass of the solute is M2, number of moles of solvent is N1, number of moles of solute is what? N2 here. So here mole fraction, it is indicated by X here. Okay, it is nothing but it is the ratio of number of moles of one component. Here two components are there. This is first component and this is what? Second component. Just you have to take the ratio, that is the number of moles of one component to the total number of moles of all the component. Ratio of number of moles of one component to the total number of moles of all the components here. For example, if I want to write the mole fraction of second component X2, then that is number of moles of second component divided by total number of moles of all the component 1 and component 2 here. Suppose mole fraction of first component, that is number of moles of first component divided by N1 plus N2, total number of moles of all the components. Like this you can write third component also, that is X3 also you can write, that is N3 divided by N1 plus N2 plus N3 also you can write here. Always you keep in mind, always X1 plus X2 mole fraction of component 1 plus 2 will be is equal to 1 here. From this one, X1 can be calculated as 1 minus X2. If you want X2, that will be 1 minus X1 here. Okay. Next thing, for very dilute solution, very dilute solution, dilute solution means the amount of solute that is present in the solvent is very less here, so that the number of moles of solute that N2 can be neglected. For example, if I write mole fraction of the second component X2, that is N2 divided by N1 plus N2 is there. In the denominator, this N2 can be neglected, since for a very dilute solution N2 is very less than N1 here. So this must be neglected here. This can be neglected. So this X2 become as what here? N2 divided by N1 for very dilute solution it is. Okay, the next point is it is independent of temperature, so it is not depending on the temperature term here. This is about mole fraction. Next one, so the next point is strength of the solution, that is strength of solution. This is very important. It is also called as gram per liter, and it is also called as concentration. Strength of solution is also same, gram per liter is also same, and concentration is also same here. So this is, in short, we call it as strength of solution. Strength of solution is nothing but mass of the solute in grams, mass of the solute in grams present in 1 liter of the solvent, present in the 1 liter of solvent, or we can call it as solution also. So strength of solution is mass of solute in grams present in 1 liter of solution. So we can write strength of solution formula as mass of the solute is W2, this must be in the grams, divided by volume of the solution in the liters. Mass of solute divided by volume of solution in the liter. So if you take this one in the ml, you can write it as W2 divided by volume in ml into 1000. Okay, this is what strength of the solution, or you can call it as concentration or the gram per liter it is. Okay, next point,